Hello, 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 my internet fans. Welcome to this collaboration episode. As you saw in the graphics, this still is Stat Boys Sports Bar, but we've renamed it. Dori and I are official co-hosts for this episode, so it's Stat Boys Bar featuring Dori Lou. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Jeff, I gotta say, that little WrestleMania preview countdown, excellent. Well done.
You didn't hear that theme song. It's just edited enough where it's okay.
What theme song? I heard that thing.
Honestly, Jeff, I'm not just saying this because you're my brother and I love you, but the stuff you put together with the minimal equipment but the most time, amazing stuff, bro. I mean it, honest and true.
You'd be surprised how little time I actually had to do that shit today. That's why I had to stop the Jeff Meacham Network preview because, like, I didn't have the music. Fuck. So yeah, it was kind of oh shit. Let's do the next thing. Just to hide it. Curtain down. So yeah, I'm trying to remember how I did this before because it used to be I could be on the air with Mikey and not be on screen. That way I don't have to have my big old head, up in your guys' shit here. So I remember how to do that.
It's all right.
Well, no, I don't want to do that. I'm just trying to figure out how to get myself off of here. That sounded really bad in context. Out of context, actually. Let's see here. If I
Hashtag shenanigans.
Well,
and we're already. No. We don't want to do that.
Oh, you know what? Wait. No. Anyway, go ahead.
It looked like we were in jail almost that way. Anyway, what we're doing this week.
Well, some of us probably should be.
Yeah, really.
No kidding.
We'll leave that for later in the show. Anyway, what are we talking about this week? We're definitely talking about what happened during the Royal Rumble and what happened during championship weekend. So how we're going to split this up. I'll take care of the wrestling. Dori Lou will take care of the football. If you guys are in the green room or in the chat room, be sure and put your comments up and we'll get to them as they come along. If you have the link and you want to join in and be part of any little panel, that's Jeff's call, of course, but of course, we welcome all friends and family into the sports bar at all times. So let's get started with Royal Rumble weekend. It took place on Saturday. And honestly, there was plenty of talk about how the order of the show would go, who should go what, where, and when, why, and how. And ironically, it started off with the Universal title match with Seth frickin' Rollins taking on the longest reigning Universal champion. And let's clean that up a little bit. Yes, he is the longest single reigning champion of all time.
Consecutive days reigning champion.
Exactly. If you add up all the numbers that Brock held the Universal title, he's well over 600. So Roman has about 2 months to go before he can officially say he is the greatest Universal champion of all time. Roman came out first. Oh, timeout. Go ahead, Jeff.
Universal Championship wise, it's very hard to argue with the status, and I'm sure we're going to go into GOAT discussion when we get to football, right, Mikey? And the new retiree. But
that's my news.
I think Cole pointed it out. It may have been McAfee. I don't know. It was very, very blurry when the Rumble started for me. He only trails in overall WWF/WWE history as far as continuous single world championship reigns. He only trails Bruno, Pedro, Backlund, and Hogan.
Yep.
So
longest title.
It's not the point where he's in tall cotton at this point. He's in a tall cotton field all by his damn self at this point. He is just all up in the shit. And good on him, and good on the company for realizing that he needed that shift in order to maintain momentum, and he's done very well for himself, and the company's done well with him at the head of SmackDown. So there you go.
Exactly. First big surprise of the night, Seth decided to dust off the tactical vest and come out to the Shield music. I marked out, of course. I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
And Seth just started laughing. As soon as he locked eyes with Roman, he just went into giggle mode. Every big move, Seth was just cracking up like crazy. And in a fit of irony, Seth power bombs Roman through the table, making us think that the match had no DQ, which did not happen. So why Seth did not get disqualified, we have no idea. great match back and forth. Roman and Seth going back and forth. Spear after Superman punch after stomp after left and right. Roman puts on the guillotine. Seth grabs the ropes. Roman refuses to break. Seth wins the match by DQ, and Roman retains his title. This feud is going to continue on, I believe, going on into possibly Chamber and WrestleMania.
Question for both of you.
Excellent.
Do you think Charles Robinson should be called to the table for the placement of the hand on that rope break?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I must have missed it. I guess I didn't see it. I wasn't paying attention.
When Charles lifted Seth's hand for that final drop, it looked like he moved it forward enough where it draped over the rope, which I'd have been pissed off. I was Roman too, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's all coming back.
Right. Josh, give me a second. I'll get you the link, brother. Damn.
All right. Josh is coming in for the football portion of the show.
Hey,
Next up was the women's 2022 Royal Rumble, and Sasha Banks was the first one out, continuing a little bit of a tradition of cosplay when it comes to the Royal Rumble. If you remember, I think all this started with Zelina Vega coming out for the women's Rumble dressed as Vega from Street Fighter, and a lot of other characters. She came out in blue Sailor Moon. Unfortunately, Sasha didn't last very long, which was probably due to her injury, I guess. That's my best guess on that one.
But she pulled off the Sailor Moon outfit really nicely.
Absolutely indeed. In fact, and then Kelly came out, and I made a naughty remark, and I'm regretting it now because, I said that Kelly stole Carmella's gear and Ariana Grande's ponytail. And
something about what it was if Carmella and Ariana Grande had a love child, Kelly was the result.
I have to retract that statement because Kelly called somebody out on Twitter, which she should have done because somebody else was making up. So that made me, maybe I shouldn't have said that. So I'll take this moment to say sorry, Kelly. Luckily, I didn't say it at the time over the air. I said it while watching the show, and there was that. And then, of course, Carmella came out wearing god-awful 80s leopard print in her gear. I've said the 80s called. They want their gear back. 7 mystery spots in the Rumble, along with the 25 in. Melina was a well surprise. I wanted to say that Melina's gear almost looked like Psylocke from Marvel Studios' Capcom games. She would wear a high-cut blue leotard with the straps on the legs. Kind of reminded me of that. Cameron came back. Unfortunately, she got eliminated too fast before Naomi could come out, so we didn't get our Funkadactyl reunion. The big surprise, actually, was Ivory coming out. Tina Ferrari coming out with the classic right to censor gear, telling all the girls to behave themselves. Alicia Fox, Alicia Fox came back for a quick minute. Sarah Logan came back for a quick minute. Mighty Molly came back, and of course, we kind of the little superhero moment between her and Nikki ASH. And the final mystery spot went to the winner of the Royal Rumble. We knew she was kind of be there. Ronda Rousey came back at the 28th spot. I would have liked her to come back in the 30th spot. We did get a little bit between her and Shayna, her 4 horsewoman brethren. Overall, the Rumble was very exciting, very fun. And Dori actually noticed that when Summer Rae came out and locked eyes with Natalya, she might have dropped an F-bomb.
Oh, she did.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's Peacock Channel, folks.
Well, luckily it wasn't an audible.
It wasn't audible. It wasn't audible. The thing is, with some of my American Sign Language experiences and stuff, and a lot of my public works work, I learned to read lips. Not very well sometimes, but I was able to read that one loud and clear.
Oh, yeah.
Tons of Total Diva reunions. The feud between Naomi and Sonya Deville is continuing. Sonya, of course, with the whole thing, when my jacket's on, I'm an official. When my jacket's off, I'm a wrestler. So she played that. She did the standard. I'm going to wait my time to come into the Royal Rumble. Overall, great match. Ronda gets the win in her first Rumble appearance, in her Rumble match appearance, not Royal Rumble appearance overall. That was followed up by the women's title match. Doudrop, also known as Piper Niven, took on Becky Lynch. Becky ended up pinning her. That match was pretty much a gimme. You knew that was going to happen. Piper put up a good fight, though. I can't call her Doudrop. I'm sorry. Your name is Piper Niven. I'm sorry.
No, please don't. It's fucking stupid.
I don't like it either. We then went
with a better one for her.
Yeah.
Maybe we can throw some ideas into the circle and get those submitted.
There you go.
There you go. We then went into the WWE Championship match where Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley tore down the house for a little bit. They went back and forth. And two big bulls going at it back and forth, trading suplexes. And I don't know if Brock's spot when he got suplexed and he stood up and he looked at Bobby like, that was pretty dang good. I don't know if that was legit or if that was scripted, but it was pretty amazing to see these two bulls go at it. Then Roman comes out. He says, hand me the belt. Paul agrees.
You forgot a part.
What did I forget?
About why, I mean, it looked like Brock had won it, but there was no ref there to count him out.
Oh, yeah, the F5 knocking him into the referee. Yeah, poor referee is always getting knocked into things left and right, which allowed Roman to come down, give me the belt, turn on his friend. Paul leaves with Roman. Bobby wins the title. And we have one ticked off beast. I'll tell you that. And then that's when the hints were like, okay, is Brock going to come into the Rumble later on? We'll get to that. The mixed tag match between Edge and Beth took place against Miz and Maurice.
Woohoo! The grit couple.
The grit couple did quite very well with Edge and Beth being victorious.
I saw that, Jeff.
You didn't see a thing.
A double glam slam finish. Of course, Maurice doing the I don't want to fight, run around the ring, stay away from Beth Phoenix. And who could blame her? Would you want to get into the ring with a ticked off Beth Phoenix? I don't think so. Not at all. Double glam slam to win the match. And just as they were going to commercial, we caught a glimpse of Adam, not Edge. It was Adam blowing a kiss to his daughters and going over and giving them a big hug. And thanks to social media, there was a picture of him carrying. I would think that was his daughter Lyric, that he was carrying up the ring back into the back with mommy. Now that was the good moment for that. And then finally, the 30-man Royal Rumble took place, and of course, I did not want to be right on this one. AJ started the match at the Phenomenal One, Drew number 1, and we're like, man, come on. Can they really stack the deck for AJ? He put up a great standing, going 29 minutes, eliminating 6 people before being eliminated by Madcap Moss. We had 2 celebrities in the Royal Rumble, one being Johnny Knoxville, the other being Bad Bunny coming back in. And I will give a little bit of credit to Johnny Knoxville. He took the Phenomenal Blitz like a champ. He took every punch and kick that AJ threw at him. The 5 mystery spots went to Ridge Holland. Drew McIntyre was a big shock because we had talked about that on the No DQ stuff and on your show before the show. We did not think Drew was going to come in, but he did. Bad Bunny took 27. Shane O'Mac came back in at 28. And of course, when number 30 came up, I'm like, is it Brock or is it Taker? Is it Brock or is it Taker? It's Brock. Brock ends up winning the Rumble and now gets a title opportunity. It's supposed to be at WrestleMania, but now, thanks to Monday Night Raw coming up yesterday, he has now been put into the Elimination Chamber.
He's actually still has his opportunity at Roman, though.
There you go. So let's take a look at some photos and some more stats that need to be put up as to what happened and accomplishments and everything like that. Jeff, you have those ready? There's Ronda Rousey. She's the 4th person to win the Royal Rumble from the number 28 position, joining Batista. And that's Becky Lynch down there in the corner there. She did it as well.
Yes. She's the 3rd person, the 4th victor, because Batista did it twice.
Right.
Okay, so there's that.
There's that. The next one. There's Brock Lesnar becoming the 4th man to win the Royal Rumble at number 30, along with The Undertaker, John Cena, and Triple H. 4th man. There you go. Who's going to be the 5th one next year? With these victories, number 28 and number 30 are now tied with the lucky 27. So if you draw number 27, number 28, or number 30, you have a super chance of winning the Royal Rumble.
As opposed to just a slight chance.
Exactly.
Where is there it is. Okay. And then that became a thing after Brock won because he's now another 2-time champion. So
yeah.
Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, Triple H, Brock Lesnar, Batista, Randy Orton, and John Cena.
And of course, Austin being the only 3-time winner as of now.
Exactly. So. Exactly. I think they're going to hold that around a little bit.
You would think so. Now, here's the Dori I wanted to talk about. So here's those.
Yep. So we've got Ronda has now joined Asuka as never being eliminated from the Women's Rumble match. They are the only 2 women who've entered the Royal Rumble and never got eliminated. So congrats to both of them. We got Brock, about him being the 4th to win, entering at number 30. Dolph Ziggler. He's one that I enjoy watching, but I don't get to see him much anymore. But he's got the 2nd most all-time appearances in the Rumble at 15. So, and I don't recall who number 1 was. Mike?
It's Kane.
It's Kane.
It's Mayor Jacobs.
It's Mayor Jacobs. I should be.
It's gotta be Kane.
Well, it might help if I look at the picture, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we've got Miss Bianca Belair, another local gal. She has had the longest time in the Women's Royal Rumble match at 47 minutes and 30 seconds. She was in there the longest.
That was this year, and I think she also had it last year when she won. Sasha was the record holder. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Sasha was the Natty was, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
And then we go to let's see, AJ Styles, as we've mentioned, he had the most eliminations in the Men's Royal Rumble. He had 6. And for the women, Charlotte Flair had the most eliminations with 5.
Woo!
And, yeah, don't forget the woo. Shame on you. Bad Bunny. Actually, I mean, he got in there and he did not just dance around like a previous star did and just kind of danced around and got eliminated. Names Drew.
Yes, you.
All right, sorry, I got horrible allergies back here in the canyon.
But he actually got in there and he actually got involved. And he actually managed to eliminate 2 people before he got eliminated. So kudos to Bad Bunny. And just, again, Johnny Knoxville, he got in the ring and he took down Sami Zayn. He got a forearm to AJ before he was, and a couple other things happened with him before he ultimately got eliminated by Sami Zayn. But kudos to our guest stars that were in the Rumble for that.
And here's the breakdown overall for the entire match entry for anybody that's interested.
There you go. Oh wow! I didn't know you did. I didn't know you did that one. That's good.
Nice.
I got you.
As I noted in one of the in the Rumble pools, somehow I got dealt number 24 and number 16 or 19 and 24. I don't know how that happened. I got stuck with both Bella twins, so I had no chance of winning that one. For the men's Rumble pool, I had a pretty good shot with Shinsuke, but then AJ took him out. I thought I kind of had something going with Happy Corbin. That didn't go anywhere. And then when Big E came out, well, I thought Big E could have done it as well, but none of that all happened, so I lost that pool. But hey, overall, it was a good Rumble. And ironically, and this has happened many times in the Rumble, where the person that has done the best did not win the Rumble. And of course, this year, I put it out on Twitter. I'm working on his book still. AJ Styles did the best. You can fight me on this all you want. Yes, Brock won the belt, or Brock won the match, but AJ did the best. He stayed in the longest, and he got more eliminations than anybody. So check my Twitter.
I forgot that one. Sorry, hang on.
It's there somewhere.
It's not in here though. I didn't put it in the room yet, so just bear with me.
It's all right. I mean, they if need be, they can always go to my Twitter feed at LBStatKid1977, and hopefully AJ saw it.
Oh, wait, there it is.
Oh, you found it? There it is. Stat Boy Sports Bar in WWE. Match 287, eliminated by Madcap Moss. There's his overall stats. And now we're adding the letters PLE instead of pay-per-view. So it's public pay live event.
Premium live event.
Yep. Premium live event, excuse me. And of course, AJ eliminated Robert, Roode, Shinsuke, Sammy, Omos with everybody in the ring. So it is an assisted one, even though he got the final push. Austin Theory and Ridge Holland. There's his Rumble stats, and I put the hashtag best overall performance because it's true. That is what it was. He did the best. Yes, Brock won the match. You can't really say Brock did the best because he won. He did eliminate a few people, but let's face it, he came in last. He won the Rumble in less than 10 minutes. That's not being the best.
This is why Statboy Sports Bar does the stats, because if you look at the win column, it says Brock Lesnar. There's no details. So
exactly. Not yet. There isn't.
That's why Statboy is Statboy, and that's why steak is not steak and cheese is not cheese, right, Mikey?
That's right. That's right.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. And that's pretty much all we got for the wrestling portion of this. So we're gonna.
Not necessarily.
Oh, there's more.
Because as of last night, we have 2 matches already announced for the Elimination Chamber. So let's go ahead and talk about that.
All right. Quick. There it is.
So Brock Lesnar was placed in the match by Adam Pearce because Brock Lesnar was standing about 2 feet from Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce knows where his bread is burned and where his hospital bills lay. Seth Rollins was placed in the match because Seth Rollins is Seth frickin' Rollins. But everybody else, AJ Styles, Austin Theory, and Riddle had to earn their way in, and they did last night on Monday Night Raw. So there is your field of 6. They are going into, again, the Elimination Chamber. So, and of course, at the end of Raw, we had Ronda come out, doing Ronda things, piped in chants. Gotta love the attempt at WWE to turn her babyface. She wants to be bad. We want her to be bad. Let her be bad, Vince. Don't be a Pats. But as Ronda took Becky down, out comes the Hall of Famer, and we have a championship match, Elimination Chamber, kids. So there's that. That'll be interesting to see how that lays out, because the going thought process that it was going to be Becky, Charlotte, and Lita. And now here we are. We're going to have Becky and Lita coming up in Saudi Arabia, which is interesting. And again, I'm very glad for my friend, Good Mike Work Commentary, my buddy Greg over at I think he's in San Diego. He said it before I could. Anybody really really want to go over to Saudi Arabia and voluntarily step into a chamber? Just saying that out loud, just to make sure it gets out there.
Whoa!
Just it's just,
that's bad. Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah.
One thing to go over there knowing that there's blood money involved, but to have the chamber pay-per-view, it's like, excuse me, not a good look.
Yeah.
But also in Germany, they do not call the Elimination Chamber that.
They do not, for reasons. So there is
if you know your history classes, children, that they do not call it that. I believe they call it no way. I think they call it no way out, or no escape. No escape is what they call it.
Well, which is so much better in Germany to call it no escape.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure that's much better.
Yeah. How about we just don't work with people that? Never mind. That's a whole other show. Never mind. Jesus.
That's a whole nother. Yeah, we'll get off that one.
However, because this card is shaping up so well, I did decide to call an audible. In addition to the planned watch along that Mr. Foster and I were planning on doing on the 19th for No Surrender, which is an Impact Plus exclusive, we are indeed going to go ahead and do a watch along with the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view because it looks like it's going to be a good show. And I'm going to be up at exactly what it says, how I'm going to be up because I'm a glutton for punishment. It's a Saturday. I ain't got no kid and I'm a dumbass, but whatever. It's content. So there you go. Considering I went 9 hours on Royal Rumble Saturday, I can do any damn thing, right? So there you go.
You got this.
Normally I would get up on a Saturday morning for other reasons, but I don't know about getting up on a Saturday morning to watch wrestling. Not anymore.
I was going to say, you're up on WWE Superstars at 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. Why not,
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Yeah, I was going to say, and keep in mind, Mike, we're on the East Coast, so it's not going to be as early for us as it is going to be for Jeff.
No.
Good. Yeah, I keep forgetting that.
Is there anything for me on a Saturday before 10 a.m. I consider ass crack of dawn? Ask the cruise dwellers; they'll tell you.
That is true. That is true.
There's only one digit hour column. Kiss my ginger ass till it says 10 o'clock. Piss off.
There you go. There you go.
Yep. I'm on vacation.
All right, guys. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will talk about championship weekend, NFC title, AFC title, who's going to the Super Bowl, our thoughts and predictions. Stay tuned.
On our commercial break, we have the lady who is getting married in just a little while out in Las Vegas. So here it is from our buddy Lex. And again, congrats to our buddy Alexis and her to-be, soon-to-be husband. Like I said, within a matter of hours here, they're getting married out there in Nevada. So much love to Lex.
Congratulations, Lex.
Way to go, Lex.
She's real. Mikey knows she's your old Disney buddy, so we love her to pieces. Joining the show right now is our buddy from the Ohio area of Josh Mansfield. Although he's, I love how he's wearing the Bengals stuff because he's clearly a Bengals fan. Clearly.
No, I think that says Browns.
Yes,
I'm not sure, but yeah,
that's right. Well, sorry, as I said when the playoffs started, what can Brown do for you? Clear a path for the Bengals. That's what they can do.
That's it.
You mean the team we beat both times this season?
Hey, you know what? We still made it to the playoffs, and I say we like they were my team all along. However, I do have roots there as well. So, anyway,
yeah, because your team didn't get got their butts to the playoffs. Thank you.
Well, and again, I will argue, without alcohol present, which sucks. I will argue that the Cowboys beat themselves because they walked into that stadium undeserving of going forward past the first round. They played like dog shit. They didn't deserve to go on. I will own that shit and take it to the house. Cleveland. Wow, Jesus, how trained I am when Josh shows up. Cincinnati and the Rams have both been consistently surprising as far as the Bengals go and consistently good as far as the Rams go all season long. I do feel the two right teams are actually there. I know we're going to disagree on that, Josh. I know Greg and I are disagreeing tomorrow on the Rumble because – and I think you might disagree on the Rumble too because I actually didn't mind the Royal Rumble. I know we didn't bring it in for the wrestling part, but we'll touch on that really quickly here. I actually enjoyed the show, personally.
Yeah. See,
it was a good show.
The thing is, I liked the women's Rumble. I know that when I read, some people declined to be there because T.J. Wilson did not produce that match. He hasn't been producing in a couple weeks, from what I read just before the show. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Shane, of course, has a ton of heat on him. He was supposed to be in the qualifying matches for the Chamber, but that got pulled because of all the heat on him right now. Because apparently it was supposed to be Shane versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania for the WWE title. Words today. As Greg Cherry, weeps at the notion of that no longer happening.
Greg, get off the poker table and get in the sports bar.
I love Shane. I do. I always
So do
will.
I.
But if he was pulling the shenanigans he was pulling backstage, he deserves every bit of fire thrown at him. Every single freaking bit of it.
See, I'm like, I half agree and I half don't, because again, he did just lose his grandmother that week.
Well, right. No, no. That part I agree. Stay off the guy's ass. But everybody agrees their own way. Vince was grieving. He was still there, but he wasn't, being typical Vince stuff. If Shane is grieving by losing his damn mind, booking wise, you need to rein him in.
Yeah. And the fact that Triple H wasn't there, of course, obviously didn't help.
No.
Like that was, I miss Triple H, but hey, I mean, after all, apparently we're getting Braun Breaker versus Dolph Ziggler sometime.
Which I'm not necessarily opposed to.
Neither am I. I'm just happy even though there's conflicting reports about Riddle winning the Rumble, which I wish were true, because I'm a Riddle stan.
I do know
every
this,
day,
yes.
all day.
Quite so.
Why?
Riddle's
I'm glad somebody say besides me. Why?
Riddle's in the chamber.
Why?
I want him to just beat the crap out of Brock, or I want Riddle walking out of that chamber with the title.
Oh wow!
I wouldn't mind anybody beating the crap out of Brock, honestly.
Right.
But let AJ do it.
But football-wise, I'm going with the Rams because Matt Stafford absolutely deserves it.
Yes.
Which shows you my level of respect for Matt Stafford over my disgust of OBJ.
Right.
With the news of him trying to get telling Von Miller to not go to the Browns during the off season. When OBJ with his injury and everything. Right. Yeah, nah. Nah, dude.
Well, we've kind of gone a little bit ahead of ourselves, so let's go back and let's talk about what happened in the AFC Championship. Dori, take it away.
All right. Well, we'll get to the Rams game because that was the second game. So we're going to go back up a little bit to Cincinnati and KC.
Okay. Is it this one? I don't know.
That's all the stats, but that's a lot of numbers to cover.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
What do you want in there? Because I really have number stats and I have wrestling stuff and I've got. What
do you have the score?
Oh, that would have been helpful, wouldn't it? Not at present.
That's okay, Jeff. If you want to just throw out those numbers, that's okay, and I'll just give you condensed in a few things here. So Cincinnati at Kansas City went into overtime, 27-24, and people love the overtime rules, the sudden death overtime rules, and other people hate them. I'm kind of one of those that hates them. But at this time, Kansas City actually started with the ball. Their offensive was out there at the beginning of overtime and couldn't pull it off. So Cincinnati actually got the chance and got that winning field goal. So go Bengals! I know a couple people are gonna want to hit me later for that, but that's all right. Go Bengals! This is the first time since 1988 that the Bengals have won a playoff, that they've gotten this far.
Yes, definitely.
So I'm very excited for that. As for
like we said last week, this is the first time Bengals fans can text each other, "Hey, we're doing great," because you couldn't text back then.
Right?
So, just saying.
This is Mahomes' 9th time playing at home in the playoffs. His 9th time. Just a little bit of trivia.
It all comes back to number 9. Joe Burrow got sacked 9 times last week. He is number 9.
And he still won.
Revolution number 9. Beatles reference. Hello.
Oh, shut up.
Just saying.
Okay.
I didn't listen to the Beatles, so I didn't get the reference.
Get the hell out of here.
He's a baby. Leave him alone.
Yeah, he's just a baby. Leave him alone.
The mother has spoken. Okay,
Yes,
so your quarterback stats. Joe Burrow went 23 for 38 with 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Patrick Mahomes, 26 for 39, 275 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Progress on Cincinnati. This, I think, is also great. 2 years ago, only 2 years ago, Cincinnati had the worst NFL record, winning only 2 games.
Yeah.
So
and this was before we. This was before
2 years.
This was before stat bar was a thing, and it's like we were always picking on the Jets and the Jaguars. We didn't even think about the Bengals back then.
Because we don't pick on the Bengals when Jeff's in the room. Because we know better.
Yeah.
Because of what the name says on the marquee when you open up the show.
No, exactly.
Carry on.
Yeah. And just can we talk briefly about that halftime fiasco?
Can we talk?
Oh yes, CBS. What were you thinking?
And the national anthem fiasco.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started. Yeah, me when it comes to anybody singing the national anthem. And I'm sorry, nobody's going to ever do it better than Whitney Houston, but even the way she does it, you can't sing along with her. I mean, I can because I've listened to it enough working at Knott's Berry Farm that I can. And my theater and vocal experience, I can. But it's a difficult song. The song was not written to be sung to begin with, is what the historians have said. So it's a tough song to begin with. But all these stars, music stars, doing their own thing to make it their own thing is just ruining it. Knock it off, sing it straight so fans can sing with you if they want to. Show some respect.
Yeah.
There has been a family tradition in my circle of friends all the way back to Casa D18 and Casa D17. Pop said it the best. Sing the national anthem the way it was written. Note for note. Don't add arpeggios. Don't add this. Don't add all those high notes, low notes, in between notes, notes that don't exist. Just however Mr. Francis Scott Key wrote the music for the national anthem. That's the way it's. Well, I think I just screwed up my own history lesson on that one. But regardless, sing it the way it was written.
Exactly.
And
I mean, like I said, show some respect. The song is about respect.
My issue was just that it was the mic kept cutting in and out the sound system. I thought she did okay when the mic was working.
That was the second game.
And
okay,
I only said the views, Mikey, because if you read the entire lyrics of the Star Spangled Banner, it is one racist little tale. So just be very careful.
Yes, it
anyway,
is. We play that song. That song is done as a sign of respect to our country.
Of course. Which is why it's edited down to the lyrics we only use at sports events and entertainment, because those lyrics aren't near as atrocious.
Right.
And since we've moved to Tennessee, our country music level acknowledgement has gone up a bit.
Yeah.
And I do like the song. I will admit it. It's on my playlist.
Walker Hayes.
When I pass Applebee's, we do have an Applebee's out here. The song kicks in. Why CBS has now screwed up 2 halftime shows, the original one and this one. We don't need to cut to Boomer and all them talking about the game. I would have rather seen Walker Hayes perform. I would have.
I enjoy seeing people talk. I don't really care for the halftime shows.
I know.
The Fox guys are more entertaining.
It depends on who it is. But I am a Walker Hayes fan, and I've always been kind of 50-50 80s music, 50-50 country, Well, maybe go 45% of other stuff. Anyways,
hate the halftime show in 2 weeks.
Oh, it's going to be a good halftime show.
I'm not going to hate on it. I said, 45 and 45 and 10% other stuff. I do like.
It's sponsored by Pepsi.
Oh, put that down.
I didn't mind last year's
the whole thing about CBS knew Walker Hayes was going to be live at that time on the field, so why the heck were they trying to do a live halftime report on the field as well? It's just somebody wasn't thinking. It sounded to me like what I call in the household battle of the bands, when everybody keeps turning their TV or radio up so they can hear it instead of just shutting up and turning it down so you can hear your own.
Yeah.
This is why this is why I got that TV years from my house.
So yeah, I frequently will have to remind Mikey and Tyler to turn it down.
Yes.
You come in my room, you'd be shocked how quiet my TV actually is. And I'm not going to play Battle of the Bands, so turn your shit down so I don't have to turn mine up.
That's right.
End of story.
Because she will eviscerate you. Anyway.
The mom has spoken. All right. So, any other thoughts on Cincinnati, Kansas City game?
Oh, there you go. Let Josh loose. That's a good idea. Go
Hey, I opened it up. Go for it, Josh.
Love you too, Jeff. I love you too, buddy. I'm just going to say the best part of that game was in overtime because the Bills-Chiefs game, Mahomes tied that game up with 13 seconds left. Mahomes threw that interception in overtime 13 seconds exactly into overtime.
Yep.
Perfect, sweet, sweet revenge.
I like it. I like it.
And I was not rooting. I didn't really care who won that game. Like, Bengals are my division rivals, so bleh. Mahomes has his fiance and brother, so meh.
Yeah.
So either way, it was a win-lose situation. Either way, but by Mahomes. So
there you go.
It's new people in the Super Bowl, so yay Bengals, I guess.
Oh, that was another note I had here, real quick. No team has won back-to-back overtime games in the postseason. So
they were doomed to start from the beginning.
There we go. You're going no overtime, doomed Kansas City. Per history. Okay. All right, moving on. San Francisco 49ers at the local.
Here we go, dude. Oh my God.
Yes, Josh.
Don't you go for my parish team.
It's my youngest son's team too, so.
And it's her bar. So.
And right now it's my bar. So if you don't like it, don't let the door hit you with the door split you.
Whoa!
Okay.
Look out! God, damn.
That's why I love Dori. She has no vault whatsoever, folks.
She is awesome. She is awesome.
All right, so let's see. That was no overtime. 20-17 Rams. I will tell you that I was kind of rooting for the Rams there. I spent over 20 years in Southern California, so I went with the team that was closest to home.
There you go.
Makes sense? Okay. Let's see. Garoppolo, Jimmy went 16 for 30, 232 yards, 2 touchdowns with 1 interception. Stafford was 31 for 45 with 337 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
There it is. There it is. There we go.
Yep, you've got the right one.
I'm trying.
The Rams have overcame fourth quarter deficits of 10-plus points to win for the first time since Week 1 in 2013 versus Arizona. I thought that was cool.
You see how hot Arizona was all year. That's big. It took the Rams that long to get back to that kind of stat. So
yeah. Let's see. A couple of other notes. Just some stuff that I found interesting. What's his name? Cup is the first
Cooper Cup. Beautiful.
He's the first player with 140 plus receiving yards and 2 plus receiving touchdowns in a conference championship win.
There you go. Leave it to Pop to tell like it is.
You know what? I agree, Pop. That's what we did in high school.
There you go.
still be.
Mhm.
So they still do in high school and college ball now. Damn it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I love our YSU halftime shows. They're great. I know it was the 2019 Super Bowl that the rendition of America the Beautiful was written from people from YSU.
Yep.
So a little bit of trivia
Very
there.
nice.
And our buddy Shane, who's still recovering but kicking that ass. I'm sorry, no, different guy. Sorry, Zach. I apologize. But Shane down in Georgia, I saw him over the summer. Stafford's a Bulldog, so he's rooting for the Rams too. I dig it. I'm actually, again, my dad was born in Cincinnati. We've been, under that radar rooting for the Bengals because they've perpetually sucked. But you know what? Same thing with the Kings. We suffered for 45 years as Kings fans before we finally got to the freaking dance and won the damn thing. So this is our 2012 hockey season right here.
And just go with their Matt Stafford. Him and Cup have joined Tom Brady and Randy Moss, who had 24 in 2007, as the only duo in NFL history to connect for 20-plus touchdowns in their first season playing together.
Tom Brady. Why is that name familiar right now?
Don't go there yet. Shut
You're
up.
not there yet. Shut up, Michael.
Whoa, Michael.
Whoa.
Hey, it could get worse. It could get worse.
It could
Yes,
get worse.
it could get
We all
worse.
know this. We all know this.
I'm
Yeah, because
scared.
I
Where's the holy
actually
water?
know the full name.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Dori, I got you. I'll stop now.
Don't make me go that much mama. So since the Rams are going, the last time, let's see, they were NFL champs in 1945, 1951, and Super Bowl champs in Super Bowl 34.
Which was not here. That's
Yeah.
St. Louis.
That was, they were St. Louis then.
Yeah. Oh, well. What I find funny about this Super Bowl, and I actually just remember to put the graphic, I sent you guys the link, but I didn't make a graphic until just now. The Rams aren't even technically the home team.
Yeah, what's up with that? Why are they not the home?
So basically,
Tell the
what they do is, regardless of who's in the game, the NFC and AFC trade off home field recognition every other year. So even though the NFC team is hosting the game in their stadium, technically speaking, the Bengals are the home team because they're the AFC team. It wouldn't matter if the game was here at SoFi, out of the Allegiant, back in New England, wherever. Because the AFC's turn to host this year, the Bengals are the home team by NFL default. So that's why.
Oof.
But again, you try and tell those people wearing blue and gold that they're not the home team. I mean, really,
good luck with that.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yes, sir.
So, and let's see. We covered kind of the national anthem fiasco for that game. They were having mic issues, and even when they weren't having mic issues, there were times she was so soft you couldn't hear her, and then other times she just belted. It's like, you got to find the balance, girl. All right. Anything else?
A question then. Since the Rams are not the home team, if the game does go to overtime, who calls the coin flip?
Rams.
The Rams, because they are counting. Technically, they're not the home team, but they are being counted as the home team. It's Cincinnati. It's Cincinnati at the Rams.
Right.
That's so right. So the Rams are actually considered the home team, even though technically they're not.
Locker room wise, the Rams will not be in their usual locker room.
Yeah, that's going to be weird. The Rams are going to have to go on the other side of the stadium to have their locker room, which is bizarre. But it works.
They're going to be like, okay, where is everything over here?
Oh, yeah, you mean they're geographically deficient, just like Mike is?
Damn. I mean, she's not wrong, but still. Anyway.
No, she's not wrong.
No. Doesn't make it any less mean or funny. Either way.
It's all in fun. It's all in fun.
And he knows if I'm not picking on him, there's something wrong with me.
Exactly.
Yes.
There you go.
I've had that many times over.
There you go.
This is going to be the second time in history and the consecutive year that a team is playing at their home field. So they're saying that where Rams, the SoFi Stadium is their home field.
Right. So the Rams are playing at home. Yes, they're just not the home team in the record books. But like I said, you tell them 100,000 people wearing blue and gold, they're not playing at home. So
good luck with that.
We'll see how it breaks down. And again, like I said earlier, I'm good either way. I'm my dad, of course, wants the Bengals just so we can have it. But the Rams coming home only a few years ago and winning it again here in Los Angeles, Inglewood, whatever would be not too shabby as Adam Sandler's just a Hanukkah song either. That'd be good. So and Mikey, just for your own point of reference, Natalie's loving the shots fired no Goofy today. So everybody's against Mikey today. Don't mind us.
Even little Natalie's always over me. And
you're welcome, Natalie.
Since you asked more about what happened at the game, Jeff, I know I didn't clear this with you, but Renegade brought this up. There were pictures going around of our good friends Newsom and Garcetti with Magic Johnson in the box, not wearing masks. So that was a big thing there.
Masks were required.
Unless you're actively eating. So here's and again, I said this last night in a very loud voice. I woke my mom up and got a nasty text after I said it so loud. How do you beat the system? Okay, if you're the governor or you're the mayor or you're a team owner and you can't wear a mask unless you're actively eating or drinking, have a goddamn hot dog in your hand, you dumb fuck. I'm just saying. You're at a sporting event. There's concessions 2 feet away, you dipshit.
Have a drink in my hand. I'm good to go.
Seriously. All you gotta do is put a drink in your hand.
Exactly.
Anyway.
And a lot of people on Twitter were actually saying maybe they did take their masks off just for the picture. They're playing the benefit of the doubt card. Was the camera on them? Yeah.
Fine.
Was the camera on them the whole time? No. The camera was on the action. Does it matter if they were wearing a mask? Yes, it does a little bit.
It matters, but again, this is me thinking logically, so just bear with me here. If you are intelligent, if you're intelligent enough to be elected a official that runs an entire state like California, which is one of the largest states in the union, or a city like Los Angeles, which is the most prolific city in the state of California, which is a major city, or if you own several sports franchises and you're the freaking GOAT of the Showtime era of the Lakers, you'd think you'd be smart enough to beat the system. Like I said, if you're supposed to not wear a mask, if you're actively eating or drinking, you just put food or drink in your hand, and there's zero bullshit about that particular thing on social media. They'll just find the other 20,000 things to dissect instead.
Politicians and public officials are not always intelligent, though. But
that I agree with. However, I have an affinity for Magic. I always have, because he's our guy. Garcetti, I think, has taken Villaraigosa's opportunities for PR photos and amped it up to 10th degree. He just needs to put his goddamn mask on, the dumb shit. Same with Newsom.
Nuisance?
Yeah.
Nuisance. Yeah.
Commander Nuisance?
Yeah.
As Greg Cherry says, politics are work.
That's it. Greg Cherry brand on Teespring. There you go, kids.
Yeah, it's unfortunately, I see them very much as a do as I say, not do as I say, not as I do, instead of leading by example.
And again, if you're an elected official, you're supposed to lead by example. That's the whole point of your public persona. But Garcetti and Newsom have not done that at all. So anyway, that's a whole other show for other thing. Mikey, you want to go to break before we talk about the?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll do that. Okay,
let's go to a commercial. When we come back, we're gonna look at how we're going into the finals of our Pick'em tournament. We're going to give our quick predictions for the Super Bowl. What's coming up next after that? Stay tuned. All right, we are back, and what we've been doing all season, we've been picking the teams. That's what we've been doing the entire season. It's coming to a head. We're in the finals of the tournament. There, if we can bring up they're the current overall standings. Will in the bottom of the barrel at 159, Emmanuel at 179, Jerry at 181, Tammy at 182, Renegade JJ 183, Daniel at 188, Nathan at 190, JP at 192, and the current co-host and leader at 193. She got both of the games right for the championship weekend. Each game was worth 8 points. That vaults her over everybody else. And now remember, this is the overall stuff. The person with the most points at the end wins. But we do have one more matchup left in the tournament, in the playoffs portion of that. Let's bring that up real quick. Yeah. If we have it.
I'm working on it.
There we go. It is Renegade versus Nathan in the final matchup. Of course, now they're each going to make their pick for the Super Bowl, either the Rams or the Bengals. If they both pick the same team, it's going to come down to a 3-question tiebreak. With the one, it's going to be the best of 3 out of that one. First question will be the same. It'll be the total number of points for both teams combined. Whoever gets the closest earns that point. If they both go without going over, just like the Price is Right, if they both go over, then we go to another tie-breaking question. It's not gonna be closest to go if they both go over. If they both go over, second possible question, which I have not come up with yet. And if that comes,
it'll be okay.
Yeah. Even though that the Pro Bowl game is coming up this weekend, we traditionally do not play that game. It's the All-Star game. There is no point whatsoever. I mean, if you want to do it for fun and say that the Team NFC is going to beat Team AFC, that's fine and dandy. But we get a week break, okay? We get a break on this one. But it's going to come down to a 3-point or 3-question tie break, with the first question being whoever comes closest to the actual number of points by both teams. The other two, I have a week to think about that.
Yeah, it'd be one thing if the All-Star games or the Pro Bowls or whatever like had impact on the championship game. Like the World Series used to be defined by the winner of the All-Star game gets home field advantage. They're literally useless now. So it's like, why?
Exactly.
Right.
So it all comes down to this, and then again, the Super Bowl is worth 16 points, and I have a feeling that I think it might be an even split. I think a lot of people are going to go. I think like half are going to pick the Rams because they're the better team geographically. I think it's all Los Angeles, it's SoFi Stadium, it's all that stuff. The other half is probably going to want to go to the Cinderella story with the Bengals. It's going to be tough. Let's ask the room. Let's open up the chat room and see who's going to win the Super Bowl right now. Make your picks.
Well, I mean,
for fun.
Go ahead.
Not your official picks, but what your thoughts on the Super Bowl are going to be. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, they've been talking, all throughout the show here. I just didn't want to interrupt because you had such a good flow going, which I loved. So first of all, Chris earlier said it's going to be a hell of a draft and trade season. Any thoughts on wishes as to whom may go where? Off the top, Steelers and Bucks are going to be looking what happens to Rodgers and Gronk. We'll get to that after we're done with this. I just wanted to make sure it got addressed and acknowledged, much like Roman Reigns. We must always acknowledge Chris. Yuck. Let's see here. Josh earlier before he came in said Ben gone, so not sorry. Brady gone, and Rodgers either going to a different team or retiring. Next season's going to be absolutely insane. Josh, I'm with you, brother, 100%. It's going to be bonkers. Let's see where there we go. So Anthony says, I hope the Rams shatter all the Bengals and fans' dreams of the Super Bowl. Go Rams.
Oh wow,
that's just bitter. Just terrible.
JJ's second to last comment's going to be a thing for he just signed his death wish.
Let's see. Shane says, "I hate the halftime shows. No metal. I hate the shows. No metal halftime shows." Yeah, when was the last time a heavy metal band play? I mean, can you count Aerosmith as hard rock, maybe, but not heavy metal.
Not heavy metal, no.
Let's see here. Too bad she got eliminated from that bracket, so she must not be that. Damn.
Oh,
you said your death wish, man.
It's
JJ taking a shot at Dori. Ouch.
That's not a smart move.
Here lies JJ, beloved brother, father, producer, and
I
En
love you.
nomine Patri Spirito Santo. Amen.
Say, I'm not going to give you a warning for coming to visit.
Oh shit! That's it.
Who's gonna break, Dori or JJ?
It's like JJ may want to have his flight go into a different city and try to like sneak up onto Nashville.
It's sad when both Mike and
remember, it's a long drive from Nashville to Knoxville. I'll tell you that. It's a 3-hour drive.
Freaking no. I'd be worried about the lightning bolt shooting him out of the sky on his way in. Anyway, so there is that. So,
well, like I said, I'm just not going to let JJ know when we come to visit.
That's right. So Jerry is, again, I agree with Jerry. It's to the point where I subscribe to his son's philosophy that he's had for 2 years. I'm talking about JJ. We should have all been in the whole way, or we should have not been in, and just let God, sort out the crazies. But we're in a situation now. We have to. I mean, people. Oh, they're taking away freedoms. No, you're taking away the rest of our freedoms by not listening to the damn. Damn mandate, you jerks. So, let's not.
And
even though I just got over COVID, I'm still going to be wearing my mask.
Yeah, and the thing is, we got
somebody. I'm very happy, by the way. You're better, and that's.
Our buddy Shane's going to get tested on Wednesday because he's got it. He hoped not. I'm working, but I feel like I've been in a cage match with Brock. Yeah, and again, why would you actively not only name a pay-per-view that's in a country that's notorious for shit like that after the chamber? Why would you put Brock Lesnar in a cage? Why would you do that to those other 5 poor people? Why is that a thing?
Well,
why are you not on camera?
Whoa, what the hell? Whoa, shit, what happened?
Put your camera back on, Jeff.
Whoa, that was no. I obviously can't. This whole thing's having a spaz, so let's just leave it where it is.
Oh, okay.
Jiminy cricket, that was really bad. I had a complete failure there for a second. Okay. Anyway,
well, didn't you guys have an earthquake recently?
Not that I'm aware of.
It's California. When don't they have earthquakes?
I was going to say, it's like what Williams said. We're blasé bad now. You walk outside, 2.5, we're good. Keep walking. Oh, 3.5. They're having drinks inside. Wait a minute. That's shit.
That's with snow.
It's probably a 3-pointer. It's a good, 100 miles away. We're fine.
Yeah, it's 3.5. Oh, let's go drink on the patio. Let's go outside. Let's do that.
I don't know. I would call Riddle being poor, being in a cage with Brock. I think I'd call Brock poor, being in a cage with Riddle.
Well,
that'll be entertaining, though. Yeah, I think that'll be entertaining.
Yeah, if Brock wants to play ball, that is.
Right.
There it is.
JJ, but in all seriousness, who would have thought he'd made it to the finals? The guy who doesn't care about football. And again, the pick 'em in and of itself isn't money, but there is something that we do have to talk about that I haven't brought up.
Yes.
It does involve the money.
It's all about the money. We gotta quickly talk about our
money.
There's the official 2-week notice squares grid. If you'll notice, it has changed a little bit. Emmanuel did back out, so therefore the top 2 rows are now open. They were fully locked in, but now they are wide open again. Remember, it's $10 a square with a 5-square max. The deadline will be the morning or literally a couple hours before kickoff. I have not made that decision yet. More than likely, we're going to do the numbers draw that weekend. Again, the payoffs listed will increase as the pot gets bigger. The pot currently stands at $575. That is the total amount of all monies collected and everything all put together. So buy your squares, please. If you have the social media, I'm asking all my friends to share that grid. Have friend upon friend upon friend buy a square. Right now, I'm just looking for a full grid because we're 2 weeks in. So I'm not as worried about starting a second or third grid at all. I just want this one full or as full as it can possibly can get. And again, this time around, the touching squares, we haven't put that information up yet, but it more than likely will be a much smaller prize. We just have to figure out the mathematics on that one. And this time around, though, at the end of the squares, at the end of the game, if any money does not get collected, it will go to us. That is the fair
channel. The channel. Those are, yeah. It's not going to Paul Heyman. It's going to the corporation. It's not going to Jeff Meacham. It's going to the Jeff Meacham Network. Let's not, But
that's only going to happen at the end. Right. That's going to only happen at the end of the game. So if nobody claims anything in the first quarter, the money goes over to the second quarter. If nobody has it at halftime, it goes over to the third quarter. If nobody has it in the third quarter, then all the money goes over to the fourth quarter. And if nobody has it it is a possibility. Then the network, the corporation, whatever you want to call it, gets and that's just the way it's going to be. Of course, that's as easy as I can put it, friends. I can't put it any more.
The way to prevent that is to have this grid filled so somebody gets something. So that's very simple.
Exactly. So get out. So message us. All our social media accounts, which we'll quickly again put up at the end of the show during our goodbyes.
There you go.
Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram if we have an Instagram account.
Can I make a request as the producer and graphics guy?
Go for it.
Can we close the thing the day before so I have time?
Yes, we need to close it. Say like
at least the day before. Yeah,
9:00 Eastern time. The day before the Super Bowl, and then we will pull the numbers Sunday morning before the Super Bowl because we can't post those numbers until after we close the grid.
Right, exactly.
Okay, there you go. So we'll call it Saturday night, February 12th, 9 p.m. Eastern. The window closes. If you don't have a square, yes, I do have Cash App. The numbers, no, those are just the numbers that you're going to choose. Go ahead, Jeff.
Thank you. Okay, so basically, Anthony, once the grid's set, whether it's full or not, Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to take the numbers 0 through 9 on each side. So you see there in the gray areas there next to each team name, there's the gray areas above the grid. The numbers 0 through 9 will be randomly placed through a random, like a little random website or whatever, or even do a Tumblr, whatever the hell. And
we'll use the playing cards like we did with the last one.
That's okay. That's fine. And then they'll be placed along the grid wherever your number is on that grid. So for example, let's say on the Rams side above number 1 right now, the Rams end up with 14 and the Bengals end up with 7. So if there's a 4 above the 1 and a 4 next to the 1 and a 7 above the 1 or whatever, then that square gets that quarter's prize. In that case, in the first quarter, it'd be $50. So if the score is 14-7, whichever team, and your grid square has the situation where your numbers end in 4 and 7 for the teams that have the 4 and 7, then you get the money. And that probably sounded way more convoluted than it actually meant to be, but yeah.
The numbers that are currently in the grid, those are the numbers that you want for your squares. So you would tell us you want square number 24, you want square number 88. You just have no idea what numbers go on the top of the grid and what numbers go on the side of the grid until February 12th. And yes, I do have Cash App.
Yeah.
The morning of the 13th.
Yeah, the morning of the 13th, yeah.
Yes, I do have the Cash App. Yes, you can send it to there if you want. In fact, if after we go off the air, we'll get your information and text and all that good stuff, and we'll handle it that way. Okay.
Okay. Excellent. I hope that made sense. If it didn't, I do apologize. But what I'm going to do here, just to make it real simple, if I can get the damn computer to stop acting like a freaking just a freaking sick patient here. Christ almighty. Oh,
I'm biting my tongue just because I love you.
I have to be on the air in an hour and 45 minutes with my own show, and I can't do this shit.
Anyway, love you, Jeff.
I know you do. The
scary
thing is, I actually love me too. Yeah.
While he's working on that, a little bit of NFL news. Tom Brady has officially announced he's retiring. That came out today.
Woo!
Brady is going bye-bye.
Okay. We'll go ahead and do that then, I guess.
Okay.
Where did it go?
And if you've got the money to do so and you want to own a football team, the Denver Broncos are up for sale.
Oh, geez.
Oh, wow. I didn't. Oh, there it is. He's saying goodbye.
Bye,
Tom. Nice knowing you.
Good riddance.
After a GOAT level 22. Oh,
that's right.
That's
right. I said it. I mean it. Damn it.
Oh.
Well, maybe for his era, for his age, maybe.
I didn't call him the GOAT. I said GOAT level. There's a big difference.
That is true. That is true. Anyway. So, and then, like I said, if you have the money and you want to own a football team, the Broncos are up for sale.
Which I wasn't aware
and I know none of us. Oh, and we'll go back to national anthems.
Yeah, well, here for those of you that want to get in on the shenanigans for the squares, here's our social medias. It's gonna go, like I said, at the end of the show, it's gonna go up anyway. Mikey's on Twitter and Facebook. Dori's on Instagram. I'm like horseshit. I'm all over the place. So don't mind me. Anyway, carry on, Dori. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We have a country singer doing our national anthem for the Super Bowl, Miss Mickey Guyton.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. And not that any of us really care too much about the Pro Bowl, unless we're going to sit down and watch it, which, depending on what else is going on, I just might. Rodgers is out. He is not going to be playing in the Pro Bowl.
Wait, what?
What? Yeah. Kirk Cousins is going in.
When did that news drop?
Yesterday or today.
Okay, I knew one guy from the Philadelphia team was replacing Nick Bosa from San Francisco. Josh Sweat is filling in for Nick Bosa. But quick stat, but with Brady retiring, the oldest quarterback in the NFL right now is crap, where I just lose his name, is Ryan Fitzpatrick from the Washington football team. He is now the oldest.
There we go. So, a little bit of news for you, for anybody who wants to watch the Pro Bowl. Now, where are we at?
We are done. We are pretty much done.
You were asking who just throwing it out there. These are not official picks. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? The Bengals or the Rams?
I'm going with the hometown team. For back in the day, I'm saying the Rams win.
Oh, nice. That would be interesting. Anthony said the Bengals. Pop says the Rams by 3.
Yeah.
Games are now set by field goal. Yep.
Very much.
Sounds about right. Yes. Well, I'm at a toss-up. I've got the Southern California, 20 plus years out there, so I've got that. So I kind of want to go to support the Rams since they're the unofficial home team for me. But also they're NFC, and my Vikings are NFC, so I kind of want to see the NFC take the Super Bowl. But I'm looking at the Cincinnati Cinderella story, so I still haven't made a decision. I've got some time to think about it. So
you have another week, so you're good to go.
Yeah.
So
how about Josh?
Anthony, as far as getting in contact, once you get a hold of Mikey, just PayPal and Cash App and whatever, but just make sure that you tell him the same numbers you put in the comment, and make sure he knows that I know, because I'm the Squares person. So
yeah, I know that you just send me a quick tweet, Anthony. I'll go from there, and I'll get you the Cash App stuff too. And thank you, 2 Squares. Thank you. That really does help. And like I said,
$20, so that's good.
We'll redo the grid. We'll put it out on Twitter. Anthony Anthony, if you could retweet it to your friends, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you all for watching this week. Next week,
hold up. Slow down, Mike.
There's more? What more am I missing?
You asked who people are picking, and you totally railroaded over Josh just trying to say something.
I'm sorry.
I was just being quiet, waiting for my turn.
I apologize. Go ahead.
Just butt in.
Okay, fine.
Oh no! I don't want butting in on this channel. That was the whole problem over the weekend. No.
Sorry, I'm trying to be good and not do that. And I'm trying to be nice.
It wasn't
to
just you. Like I said, it wasn't just you. So anyway.
Right, but I'm trying to be nice to Mikey since he's getting all the shit today.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
It's his roommate.
That's right.
So for me, despite my disdain for Mr. Odell Beckham Jr., which will always be a thing. Shush that laugh there, Jeff. I saw that.
I don't disagree with what you said. For the record, I don't disagree with you. I'm not a fan of ODJ either. So
I was crapping on him ever since before he left the Browns. But
in the middle of something.
He obviously Matt Stafford absolutely deserves it. Being stuck on the Detroit Lions for all those years and everything.
Poor boy.
Now he's on a real team. He's got Cooper Kupp, Hall of Fame. He's going. I'm calling it now. He will be a Hall of Famer one day.
Oh yeah.
So seeing Matt Stafford, even he's not young-ish, but just seeing what he can do now, I'm excited for him. And Bengals are my division rivals, so I gotta go against them. So Rams easily.
So, and then, but before we leave, Mikey, just so I know, because I know it'll piss everybody off in the chat room, the people that don't like her. Happy birthday, Ronda Rousey.
It's her birthday today?
It is her birthday.
Happy birthday. That's it. Sorry.
That's right.
Hey, I'm glad I'm not the only
That's all
singer.
you get, Ronda.
Here.
Just the 2 words. Damn it. That's it. That's it.
This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. I've got no problem against her either. I just didn't like how, of course, I mean, I got to see her wrestle at Survivor Series, and everyone booed her out of the building, and that's what
almost everyone.
Not us.
Not me. Not you. Not Aaron. So
there it is.
There it is.
All right. So
all right, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to tip your bartender. Have a great night. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
As far as next week, I will not be in the sports bar. Don't know if a show is going to happen or not. You could do maybe a year in the review. We'll work that stuff out, but we will definitely be back in the sports bar for certain in 2 weeks. Until then, follow me on Twitter at LBStatKid1977. You know how to get a hold of us. I love you all. Statboy out.